about your attack, Wolfie, because you sort of start okay with your energy, but was it just your execution?
At the start of that. I'm very sorry.
What's that, mate?
You're sorry again. Terribly sorry.
Sorry, but
Just continue.
Yeah, just your execution in attack. How did you find your attack tonight?
well, look, I thought we started really well there. We had some good opportunities early on, and again, we building a little bit of pressure. We dropped the ball, play 3, I think it was, and then sort of got into making errors coming out of our own end. That's a bit of a problem for us at the moment. It's been a problem for the first 4 weeks, so it's obviously something we've got to clean up.
Were you disappointed that you didn't get that call when Isaiah had that 40-20 and Cobbo was clearly out? It was a bit of a turning point in the game. How did you see that? You could have had to play the ball down their end.
Oh, look, it's a bit hard to see from the box. I didn't see that, to be honest. I know he had a crack at a couple, but I didn't see where Cobbo's foot was or anything like that. Was it a bad call, was it? Yeah, right. Well, they make a difference, don't they? It's a big play. But at the moment, we're on the back foot, and those things go against you, unfortunately. So.
Tom, you're on 4. Any alarm bells, or how are you feeling at the moment?
Oh, it's a mixed emotions, obviously. Winning solves a lot of problems. I think leaving that field, though, I'm super proud of our effort, and our attention to detail has probably been poor, but the way we've been preparing the last couple of weeks, our start of the season hasn't been a lack of effort or physicality, that's for sure. It's a lack of attention to detail, and it's hard to walk off the field like that because we put in the effort during the week, we put in the effort on the field, as you can see, and we're falling short because honestly I think we're doing it to ourselves, but I'm super proud of our team at the moment.
Do you feel like you're close, Tom, to getting it together? Like you've been in 3 of your 4 games. You could have won them, I suppose. But do you feel like you're getting closer to where you can actually break through?
Yeah, the mixed emotions means definitely we are getting closer, but we're also making the same mistakes again and again. And look, we got to address that at training, and we'll address this with our prep this week. But like I said, attention detail's been a little bit of a problem for us in those games, but our intensity and physicality hasn't been. So, like I said, super proud, but we are close, but we do need to fix a few things.
Hammer carrying an injury at all, Wolfie? He just doesn't look to be running at full speed at the moment. Is he carrying an injury at the moment?
No, look, I thought Hammer had one of his better games tonight. I thought he was involved. I thought he was looking for the footy, and there's a couple of times there that we've turned blokes under, and he's pushing through the middle. That if we can find a pass, he's in space. I thought he did a good job there on a number of occasions, just getting us on the front foot a little bit under pressure, and what I mean by under pressure on a good kick and a good chase. So I was pretty happy with him. I'm certainly not disappointed with his effort.
It's the second week in a row Daniel was the only forward to pass 100 metres. Just how do you assess the pack, and will Frankie Milo be a likely inclusion for next week based on what you've seen so far?
Oh, look, Daniel's been our best player, I think, over the start of the season so far. He's been outstanding for us, and certainly putting his hand up and not just wanting to carry, but he's wanting to do the defensive work as well, and he's doing a really good job. So we do need to support him a little bit more at times. In terms of Frank, he hasn't trained as a team. He's done his own training. He looks really good and really fit, but he hasn't done anything with a team for however long that's been, 8 or 9 weeks. So we need to make sure we protect him a little bit and get some training into him and get some contact into him. And I don't think it'd be fair on him or fair on anyone to throw him out there straight away. So how long that takes, I'm not sure. We've got to get him in a couple of team sessions first and see how he actually looks, get him into a bit of contact and see how he looks. He won't be too far away, obviously, and he can help us. But I'm not going to put him at risk by throwing him in too early either.
I've been pretty loyal. Sorry, you go, Kyle.
How do you approach next week and turning things around? What are you going to do in training to address those issues? Yeah,
look, we've had 2 pretty good weeks of training actually, and Tommy just alluded to there's a couple of little things that we can clean up, and that's what the game is. We're not a mile off at all. We're extremely close, and that's a team that most people would have at the top of the ladder. And I thought we were right in the contest for really long periods. So we're certainly not far off. We've just got a little bit of cleaning up to do, and that's what training's going to be about.
Tom, you played with DC for the Maroons. He's on the market now. Would you love to see him at your club next year?
Oh, I haven't thought that too far ahead, to be honest. He's obviously a quality player, and anyone like that we'd welcome at the club, but not worried about next year. We've got a very capable squad, and focus on getting our first win and getting this season started, and yeah, I'm not too worried about next year.
What about you, Wolfie? I mean, he's a good mentor for Katoa, I imagine, DCE.
Oh, look, he certainly could be. There's no doubt there. But Tommy's right there. Look, we got to worry about how we're going to get a win next week. Not worry about what might happen next year. And I've made plenty of comments on that. I don't need to comment on it anymore. And what hasn't changed is there hasn't been any discussions. Okay, so let's worry about tonight. Let's worry about how we're going to be better next week.
You've been very loyal to your team so far too, Christian. Do you think after 4 losses, are you able to make changes? Have you got the depth to maybe bring a bit of spark in from outside your 17 that you've stuck with?
Oh, look, I'd have to have a look. I'm not disappointed with any individual. There's no individual out there that I don't think is having a crack. I just don't think we're quite getting it right as a team at the moment. So, making changes isn't necessarily the answer either, but I'm not sure if there's someone in our squad that might make an impact there. I'll certainly have a look at it. We'll have a look at the video and we'll sort it out next week.